Hey folks, Professor Cocazella here, and this is a short video introducing you to Unit 4, the last unit of this semester. And as it was shown on Blackboard, and as you see here, it's called COVID Conversations. And I do want to warn you, it's still under development. There are still some documents I've yet to place in here, but this is a good, this little introduction will let you know what's going to transpire within the unit. Basically, it's going to be only 3 assignments, so that's good news. And also, all these assignments are a little bit more creative than what you've done vis-a-vis the research paper. So it's a good way to end the semester. So, bottom line, we are going to be doing a journal entry. You individually will be doing a journal entry. You will, as a group, be doing a group PowerPoint presentation. And then lastly, 4.3 is a digital story that you're going to do, and I'm going to join in. I'm going to create one myself because this is going to be new to me, and I'm thinking that it will be new to most of you all. So, background and introduction. The way we're going to start this out is you are going to copy and paste this link below, and it takes you to the Politico website, and they do politics, news, culture, that kind of thing. And they have a specific section in there on, essentially it's called COVID analysis, I think it's called, effect on economy, life, and society. And they have, I think it's about 30 plus different essays from thought leaders, is what they call them, experts in their fields. So an economist might be writing an essay about what the economic repercussions are of the pandemic, and a lifestyle reporter might be writing about some kind of cultural changes that will come about, and they might have a religious leader in there writing about the impacts on religious practices, etc. So I want you to go to this website and scroll through the various articles. They're quite short, so don't be nervous about that. And pick one that interests you, some kind of topic that floats your boat. Try to stay away from anything that's related to what you did for the research paper. Move into something that's new territory for you. And you're going to pick that article, you're going to read it, and then you're going to respond in journals with a 1-paragraph response. Really rather easy, nothing too demanding. A healthy paragraph. Please don't ask me the length. Just answer the prompt, and the prompt will be in there, but just by way of telling you right now, I just want you to respond as you typically would. Summarize what the person said, explain its significance, say whether or not you agree or disagree with his or her or their analysis of what's going on, something significant that jumped out at you, something else that you can think of that maybe that author didn't mention, that kind of jazz. So a journal response. That's 4.1. Keep going back to 3. 4.2, the group PowerPoint project, the assignment for that is in fact in this learning module already. I have developed the assignment and I've dropped it in here, so you can take a look at that at your leisure. But in a nutshell, what you're going to be doing is choosing one of 5 topics, and I picked education and travel, restaurants, the business world, a couple of others I can't remember right now. But basically, industries or sectors of society that have been impacted by the pandemic. And you're going to do a PowerPoint in a group about the state of play within that particular sector right now. How was it impacted? What's the status of that particular institution or industry right now? And more importantly, moving forward, what do you anticipate will become of that industry? What does the future look like? What will change? What will remain the same? What will they have to get rid of? What will they need to modify, etc.? And you're going to do this based on a little bit of research. I don't want you guys just sitting around a room and dreaming up what PowerPoint might look like. You're going to have to base it on I want you to research an article. I want you to research a couple of news reports. I'd like you to research a podcast, etc. And you guys are going to do that as a group. And what I'm probably going to do is give you a Zoom session free. In other words, we'll take a day off of our regular class Zoom, and you can get with your groups. Now you can do that through Zoom. I'll put Zoom up and you can do it through breakout rooms if you like. If you would prefer Google Meets or some other kind of platform, if you and your group decide to do it that way, that's fine. But I will designate that class period for you guys to work with one another. And I'll designate a class period to begin with for you guys to sort of divvy out your research and such. And then maybe this other class period for you all to just, consolidate, try to figure out who's doing which slides, etc., etc. But we'll get into it in more detail as it comes up. And then lastly, 4.3 is going to be a digital story. And we are going to be hosting a digital story intern, a person, a Montgomery County student, Montgomery College student who is well versed in the world of producing digital videos, and he or she or they will walk us through what the technical process is for this. Now, what we have to do in advance is we have to pick topics to work with, and we have to do we have to flesh out a story. We have to have a story in mind, and then he, she, they will come into Zoom and will give us all the technical skills that we need in order to do this. There's lots of platforms that you can do digital stories on. I think what we are going to go with is Adobe Spark. And again, this is all going to be explained to us. Don't be terribly daunted. It's totally new to me, and I'm going to work alongside you guys. I'm going to create my own digital story. So that's how we're going to end the semester. After these 3 assignments, 4.1, 4.2, and 4.3, and I realize on Blackboard here I've put 3s. I will amend that. Anyway, after these 3 assignments in Unit 4, the last things we'll be doing is, number 1, you'll be doing a short reflection on how the semester went for you, maybe referencing a couple of assignments and the good, the bad, and the ugly of them. And that will be a short paper. And then a 50-point objective test will be done during the last class meeting that we have, and I believe it's Friday, May 7th. And then during our assigned final exam block of time, we'll be doing individual conferences, and those will, last maybe 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to tell you what your final exam grade was, tell you what your semester grade was, tell you what I think you need to work on, tell you what you were great at, and then it'll be adios. Okay, so that is the ending. So that's the story for Unit 4 and what's going to go on for the rest of the semester, and I'm looking forward to it. Note, dates will change. They always do. There's nothing I can do about it, and it's usually in your favor to give you more time. So bear with me on that. When dates change, I always tell you, and I'll always put it in announcements. That's the story. See you in Unit 4.